Hey everyone, it's been a while since I made a video, and I want to elaborate a rosy sunshine, glistening, sparkly, golden waterfall upon you all, and with darkness spreading out of it in a pleasurable way, to elaborate on a circumstance of this specialized experience on here, and I've found it entrapping to communicate in the fashion that I am now, and not because I dislike it necessarily, it's just that I don't feel individual. I feel weaved, like chained by, in a negative way, by the energies around me, and so it's been very onion-like and sour to rip open my petals or my layers and just reveal my in this case stench, I guess, but this is more of a joke than a sincerity. I've spent a long time with a determination of and of experiential evolution. This is aspiration, and wanted to perform that, present that, express that through the colours that you're observing at this moment. And even as I elaborate this to you, I am feverishly bothered because it's not as completionistic as I entangle myself to, and felt like I'm dripping in, or drooping, or melting into a coil or metal foil or funnel of burning hell, or maybe not hell, what a shit word, but of just disparity. The limitations have been unruling. It was worse before, though. It's again less painful now. It still feels very raspberry stinging. Now it's more like strawberry, blush, pleasurable, but this sun is kind of stinging now. Do you know what I mean? So, in a sense, in a metaphorical sense, I've wanted to be able to, do better than what I'm. Not better. I basically said what I wanted to say in that sense. You're likely wanting a envelope of, sorry, I'm just words. This is not the way I want to do these videos, man. envelope of information, accessibility, you want to be able to experience that. And what's held me back has been monetary situation, mostly, and circumstantial comfort. So yeah, and whilst that's been going on, which has caused these long droughts of, it's like highs and lows, like a roller coaster. It's like, oh, here we are. Now we can finally make an experience for you, for my fans, which I will be talking about in a minute, and by name. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, there's this metallic, embellished prominence of just dreaded, sad, and dread in the like a vegetably moldy dreaded. Tropical poisonous sadness is just within me, or and I'm trying to broadcast, and it's not. I'm not. I'm semi-suicidal, in a way, not just because of that, but it's I can't. How am I supposed to? Why did the camera flash then? What's the camera doing? The fuck? As you can see, the camera has improved dramatically. It's an artificial intelligent camera. It's an instant Link 360, an instant 360 Link webcam, and it has AI tracking, and the focus is great. For example, I can do autofocus pretty easy now. See, my other webcam was not capable of doing that very easily. So that's one good thing. And on the topic of limitation or circumstance, I hate this. All this, I don't like it. I'm trying to get a razor that will rip them off forever, preferably. Or get electrolysis. And I also have 2 dots here, which now you can actually probably see now. There's usually, I can't stand these 2 dots, and then this dot here as well, which but I can't stand them. I actually nearly hate them. Like, if there was anything I truly hate, it's those 3 things. Out of the whole observational color-based experience that we have internally and externally, those are the 3 things I despise the most. Truly. I don't, honestly. Yeah. So to be able to provide a juicy, I want to say pineapple, fruity, juicy pineapple presentation for you all. I want to be able to improve my quality of videography. Now, I know that videography doesn't have to be like your eyes or whatever beyond that necessarily to be videography, you could literally just put a little pixel on the screen and that could be considered videography or something. Probably less than that, not necessarily. Possibly, maybe videography. That'd be audiography then, wouldn't it? Interesting. Well, not interesting, intriguing. So I knew about this shit. Yeah. So it's not so much that there is a benefit and value to this form of communication, but it's not the only one, and not the one I prefer. I don't know, it feels like I'm boxed in and like this isn't even remotely me as in a way, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean it is, but it's, you know, it's just difficult. And back when I was, you know, embarking on that papery, dreaded, really like foggy, sad depression back then in my older videos, and that was a different kind of time, and that was in a period where I really probably was closer to giving up. Like I was like, I give up. Like that was just about where I was. In fact, I probably was there back then. So it was probably worse then, to be honest. And the monetary support was so weak that weaker and slower, that it was so hard to even just get, you know, this camera. Getting this camera was insane back then. I was like, that's it, that's the camera for me, that's gonna solve it all. That wasn't necessarily true at the time. This just kind of, it was like getting a better webcam, basically. The video, this is very much like just a webcam that's got a better sensor on it, more or less. That's really, and it can take better pictures, really, and has a few like built-in effects. This is not a DSLR camera. Sorry, and if anybody who thinks that, I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, you can. It's a portable webcam, basically. Seriously, it's not that good. But at the time, it seemed like that was the solution. Like that was the thing that I needed, and then it would open the doors, and I tried to work with it, but I just had so many. You can see it in the Forestry Explorer video. Some of the videos were pretty cool though. When I standed still, just video, it was alright, but well, alright-ish. There were still a lot of issues, so it just wasn't the solution. And now I finally think I found a solution, and it is the Insta360, and it's going to bring a soapy, sunshiny, darkly pleasurable revolution to this embarkment. But there's still a wait to get it because it's expensive. It's basically about 550 Great British pounds. And my current savings is probably maybe 50 to 150 pounds at the moment. And in fact, I'm going to check at this moment in time if I have actually got some money in today. If I have, I'm going to be super excited. So here, join me on the adventure. Now I've got to say, the way that I'm talking and all this is mediocre for what I like. Maybe, I don't know, it might not improve that much. I don't know. It's all very difficult, let me tell you. For so many reasons. Oh, for God's sake, I'm so sick of logging in to things and it asking for a password and then tells you you've got it wrong or some shit because it's not automated. It's all superficial crap. Let's see. Do we get any money? Come on. Why is it taking so long to load? It never does this. Come on, come on. Oh. Okay, no. Or at least not at this moment. That is so lame. So we're talking about 100, 150 pounds at the moment saved, and it takes like, well, it takes a few weeks to get money for obvious reasons, possibly. Anyways, yeah, so that's kind of a thing, and it's irritating. Yeah, so it's going to be a few more, let's just say a few months before you'll see that level of quality, and yeah. And the first video might just be me just walking around, testing it out, figuring things out, and then the big videos will come. I don't know. Anyways, you probably wonder, like, when are you going to talk about what's going on and stuff? Yeah, what can I say? I think that this whole thing that we're in is very bizarre. Like, this whole, like, I don't even call it life anymore. I don't think we're actually alive, and I don't think we're actually, like, dead how people see dead. I think it's more like we're in a motion, we're motion that is, well, color, and color is motion, and you know, and it's basically the shadow or the mechanical, and I think, like, black holes, like, organize and simplify the colors that are around it into that black hole, which looks remarkably the same color as the space around it. If you look at the darkness, I think they're pretty much the same color. So I think gravitational force is basically like mechanical organization, like self-organization and simplification, because remember, in my theory at least, if you want to call it that, is light is just reverse mechanical or reverse shadow, which in my mind makes total sense when you look at, like, the radiant personality category and just how it all works, and then you look at the mechanical personality category and how that works. Surely there's got to be some connection, like an interconnected connection to every single color-based pattern to the energetic forces. Like, you can't just have nuclear energy and it not sort of make its way through the human personality system. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And clearly there is a nuclear energy equivalent in the human space logic, like that, or known as TI in the MBTI, internal logic. That is a nuclear energy equivalent, and the same with NI, which is a mechanical energy equivalent. And all you have to do is talk to those people long enough and look at nuclear energy and then look at logic, and it works exactly the same. You've got fusion, fission, you've got yes and no logic. It's the same shit. So, and maybe people who've watched my videos might already know that I've talked about some of this stuff before, but anyways, I'm going to do a video where I just go, like, full-blown talk about that shit. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, so that's a hint of what my perspective is. It's similar to what it was before, but much more. The more I connect the dots, the more obvious it is to me that that's the case. That it's just brokenness, basically, to keep it simple. That's really what's going on here. Just endless amounts of brokenness. That's really, whatever else you want to call it, it's just different kinds of brokenness, and it doesn't take very much eye movement or work to, I mean, I guess it does in some ways, but to look at everything around you and realize that every single thing, even when it's fixed, is basically broken anyways. And the reason everything's broken is because it's in motion, which might blow people's minds, or it's being absorbed, if you want another way of looking at it. Absorbed motion, they're basically the same thing. And you know, anyway, so that's something. So you probably wonder, like, what's going on, like, career-wise, or what are you doing, and things like this. And it's just prickly. I feel like a caterpillar with thorns, and I'm just moving around on this branch, and I'm evolving into a butterfly. So it's just taking a long time, and I'm eating things along the way, Literally. So, and by the way, on the topic of food, I've established a connection with this vegan marshmallow. Yes, literally a vegan marshmallow. No joke. You'd think that that was made out of cow gelatin or some shit, or whatever the fuck normal marshmallows are made out of. But it's not. It's literally, I don't remember, but it's called Dandy's marshmallows. And it literally tastes probably better than regular marshmallows, in my opinion. So, yeah. Okay. What was that? So, the established act is that I've fallen into to a portal of shadow, and I am trying to make it to morph it into something that is more than what I say, that is more experiential. I say more, but that's not really the word. It's programmatically magical than what it is currently. And you've seen like little glimpses of it in my videos. Like if you go look at some of my life diaries, which by the way I wasn't very happy with them, but for various reasons. Like I don't know, I was watching this guy called Steve Wallace, and I felt like I was chameleoning his energy through my body. And then when I watched it, I was like, gosh, this reminds me of Steve Wallace, but that's not really how I am. You know what I mean? So it was weird, but that was just one of the videos. I was like that. But if you looked at the end, there was all this like video editing going on and stuff like that. That's kind of ish where I want to take it, but I kind of want to like go beyond to like what would be next for videography, which is interactive, like a video game of videography, if that makes sense. So you might have to download or play on an online thing a video game, but it's like a video experience as well. Kind of stuff is where I want to go in the future-ish eventually, but don't worry, I'm still going to just do videos. It's just I want to have this futuristic stuff as well entwined into that. And I'm still, trying to make it out of this hell. I'm using that word hell. This depravity of being out of place, and it's marbly and glassy and just ghastly. It's just like, So, what's to come of the channel? Well, I'm working on a collection of video series that are in the context of video game development, and there's likely to be at least, well, the thing is I need to be able to see if I can actually do it first before I really, I probably shouldn't have announced it just yet, but maybe I shouldn't have. See, now if I was there was one way I could guarantee that I could probably do it, but there's another area where I'm like, it's a bit experimental, a bit risky. Let's just say that there will likely be a game engine focused video series. Maybe not my own game engine, but one that other people have made, and then I'm doing things with them. So if you're into that kind of stuff, there will be a beautifully experiential series of that. Now, what I can't say for certain is if I will be coding my own stuff from scratch. Now, I want to give that a go in various languages, and I'm going to try. And if it goes well, then you'll see the videos. If it doesn't, then you won't see the videos. So yeah. In terms of life diaries or vlogs, and let me just tell you that those are hopefully, they're not gone. It's just it's really challenging to express myself in ways I would like to, but I'm gonna figure it out as I go along, I guess. There's a lot more that I want to say that is more elaborate than what I'm going on about now. You know, about just different topics of life that I feel that I'd feel more entwined. That's my scheduled light. Great, wonderful. I guess we're going to be in the dark, folks, so enjoy that. So who's going to sit here and watch this whole video? Really? Honestly. Anyway, so let's just say that more content is coming. It's just taking time. And as you can see, I've already made improvements with this camera. This is a big improvement, because there'll be times when there isn't so much other energy and I will be able to just talk, and that might be one of those periods where I'm a bit more myself. I'm more accessible to myself. If you guys want me to talk about things, then just put them in the comments. I generally am going to look at every comment that I can see, unless it gets stupidly long and it's like thousands of comments. There's no way I'm going to go through that. Not in any easy way. So maybe there's some like artificial intelligent way of like categorizing it all, so to make it more manageable. But eventually you just get enough, and you buy enough information. You're like, okay, that's just enough. Let's just call it there, and that's it. Sorry if you didn't get into the cut. Try next time. Yeah. I don't know. There's so much more that I want to talk about. Like, what I want to talk about is just the way life is, you know, and all the little things, and all the good things and bad things, shit things, bad things, good things, different things, experiential things. Just a lot more elaborated than what I am at the moment. And so I apologize with great sincerity that my expressions aren't elaborated as they could be. And I also apologize if my videos seem very samey as before. This isn't necessarily the most organic way I wanted to release a video like an update. I still feel like I'm missing things that I should be saying, but I can't say it because or whatever. So, anyways, if you did watch this long, then guess what? You might get a shout out. So here, so somebody called, thank you, by the way, her name's Candy, and she said, wow, I haven't seen your videos in a long while. I never commented before, but I watched your videos a couple of years ago. I really miss this style of video. You're very talented in telling your experiences, and honestly, it's very captivating. Your videos have been a source of happiness for me in the past, and I hope you're doing well nowadays. Sending love your way, universe. Hey, I'm going to just I don't care if I'm making up words, because these are words I want to use. I am embellished by this. This is like somebody putting Play-Doh inside of me and just crunching it up into a big, huge structure, and then making it full of like like gloriously elaborated, like sugary, like cakey delight, hearing stuff like this, like literally. And to hear that I have been able to being of provided some kind of form of success, or a feeling, perhaps the better word is programmatic alignment to your life, regardless if that alignment is more aligned or less aligned, and intentional and or not intentional. That is like a water stream of like sweet euphoric icing sugar in my eyes, and like storming out of me in this like dream kind of vista of colours and rainbows, literally. So yeah, and that's so cool. I really miss this style video. Like I said, like this is not going away. The psychedelic dream stuff is going to be upgraded. It's extraordinarily challenging for me to present these things to you in the circumstances that I'm in, internally and or externally, for various reasons. And but I'm going to do them. I just with like the psychedelic dream stuff, it's just limitations of finding software and solving some videographical designing issues. For example, like how am I supposed to show an image in my brain to you if I don't have an image to show? So I have to go looking on the internet in a public domain sense, or somehow build photogrammical art in a way that will depict exactly how as accurate as can possibly be remembered of those experiences. And I'm going to try to. There have been moments where I've felt confident that I can do it. There have been times where I've been like, oh, I don't know, man, how am I going to create that object? But that's the fun part for me. I actually find that fun. And I'm going to figure out ways to make it happen. I think there are ways. I will warp and distort imagery if I have to make it work. I love this stuff. I'm so passionate about expressing experiences. Like, that's what being a mechanical person is about, really. It's about absorbing experiences and then expressing them out for other people to experience. This is my thing. This is me. Like, so if you found that video captivating, just hopefully wait and it'll become even more obvious, more clear. Not only will you get to hear me talking, but now you get to see it with your own eyes, you know what I mean? Like, actually and these aren't just weak expressions, these are passionate, preferable expressions, and they might just improve over time. So, and I hope you're doing well. And I actually get it now that I'm thinking there is a deep, naturally ordered connection with these kinds of expressions, because it provides a way for another observational system, human, if you will, to see that other people are experiencing similar shit, which definitely happens, by the way. Like, crazily similar stuff can happen. So that's another topic for another day. But so yeah, don't you worry. And thank you so fucking much. Am I doing well? I'm doing I feel more comfortable lately, but before I was feeling pretty uncomfortable. And to be honest, I was starting to feel sad again. I've been having this like sad thing going on. Been sad for a very, very long time actually, but which I'm going to make a video on where I just talk about my sadness. Like, but and I, but I might go beyond that and make it into some creative art video thing as well. So I wonder why you stopped watching my videos and then I came back to it. Is it because my views just kind of went off kilter or something? Because maybe I did start. I'm an eclectic channel, so you're gonna see all kinds of shit from here. Like you'll see the videos you've seen there, or better, in one way or another. Or you might see like video reviews or whatever. I don't actually want to lock it into any one thing necessarily. I'm sure you can find patterns in my way of expression that might match up other people if you want. But okay, so that's that. So Candy, I hope you're still watching, and I hope that the content I make will suffice. I can't promise it'll be exactly like that, but I can't say that it won't be, not be that it does. Okay. Now there's this guy called Beans, and he stopped talking to me, blocked me for some reason. I can't remember what the reason was. We must have some kind of perspective unalignment. Anyways, if he wants to talk to me again, he can. So there we go. Right, so who else was there? Oh yeah, Wizardry Individual, also known as Solitary Individual. He was the one that actually pushed me to make this video, and someone not pushed me but kind of said, hey, your fans want to know what's going on, can you make an update? And a part of me was like, oh no, wait, just wait till you get that camera, the new one, then do it. But I'm still going to do that. This is not exactly the full update. This is just, a lot of it's in here, but not the full whack of it. You know what I mean? So here's your video, Solitary Individual, and that whole thing was funny, and I fucking love it. I dyed my hair purple, and I fucking love it. And then I called you Wizardry Individual. Who else has made comments on my channel? That if there's anybody that I missed, I'm sorry. Now, something that happened very recently is Gnostic Mind Train made a video mentioning my name, or mentioning me in some form or fashion. And I am really thrilled to watch that video. And if he is watching this, I don't know if he'll be watching this all the way through, but if he does, hey, sorry if somehow my channel felt like it was mimicking yours. I think it was just a coincidental situation, and maybe there was some chameleon mirroring there, but it wasn't intentional. And when I started talking about that psychedelic dream stuff and all that was me just being me. That was nothing to do, like, I was already planning on doing those sort of videos. I actually felt this knee-jerk need to at least say one thing for there was a long period of time where I hadn't said anything about that stuff in any way that I wanted to. And so that was kind of like just to release the relief, just give me a bit of relief before I boom it out and explode out with really compelling or comprehensive experiential experiences. So, and I'll be watching that video and replying in the comment of that video that you made. I don't know what else is there to say, really. Is there anybody else? I just want to say thank you to everybody who watches my videos. It's been very, very difficult to make any content. So just to summarize, I haven't stopped. I've just been on a roller coaster of trying to, be myself, really. Be myself, but I feel like my old videos were like filtered me, and now you're slowly seeing more of me in these newer videos, and it's just gonna continue that way, more or less. Yeah, I don't know what else there is more to say, really. Yeah, I think that's pretty much. So there's going to be a significant. There's going to be a lot of videos, probably game related, coming up. But there's also going to be eventually more of these, like, life diary videos, experiential videos. I was working on this. I was spending ages on this, like, Kakayo video, which I want to bring out, which is going to be similar to the old one, but like way more, like, closer to heart. I felt like there was a lot of space between, probably because I was still new to the whole ceremonial grade Kakayo thing, and I am obsessed about it, if you haven't realised. Actually, I'm obsessed about all these kinds of compound substances and stuff in one way or another. So yeah, and I don't give a shit, frankly. So yeah, so there's stuff coming. I know maybe in the past I've said this kind of so I don't know if I said those things actually, but I've said some things. But I want to be talking about topics as well, like certain topics that I'm really passionate about. Maybe in the similar, maybe not trying to copy Gnostic Mind Train, but I was definitely, let's say, should I say, not necessarily inspired. I had already inclinations towards it, but I think his channel kind of made me go, maybe I should really, like, just go all out and say it all. So I'm not copying him. I am just saying that what's the word? There was a train and it was already going that direction, but it needed the fuel, and or maybe it needed fuel. And I guess when I looked at his channel was kind of a fuel to what was already coming. I probably would have, I don't know if I would have actually, maybe, but I can't promise that I would have gone so topic centric in my videography style necessarily. I was more general, like everything in one video type person, as you can tell in some of it, more or less. Or it would be like a topic, but it would be elaborated in a more everything way. So yeah, I think that's it. I'll tell you one thing I have done, as I've moved away from Windows as my main operating system, so now I'm on Linux, and you know what, I'm going to show you, because some of you might want to see. So here we go. So this is what an Endeavour OS, but it's basically an Arch Linux distribution called Endeavour OS, and it just basically makes Arch Linux more user-friendly. Arch Linux is like bare bones Linux, basically. So with not much else. Like, I had to actually install this desktop environment. See, with all these like windows and this stuff, this is all, well, maybe not that necessarily, but a lot of this is actually that's probably related somehow, but this is the XFCE desktop environment of Endeavour OS or Arch Linux, and it's very terminal centric, this operating system, which is why a lot of things happen in the commands. So like, if I want to see something, that was not very, I don't know, see, that's what I mean, it's still figuring stuff out. If I want to watch a video, then I could type it in, so now I can watch a video or whatever. If I want to see what's in my directory, then I have to go like, what's in my directory. I don't have to do it like this actually, because I've installed a file where it comes with a file manager. That's the reason why I got Endeavour OS, because it comes with stuff built in. So you can do some things. That's the logo for Endeavour OS, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's great. It's so much faster than Windows. It doesn't have all this bullshit. It's still challenging to use, and I'm still figuring things out. everything's just much more less problematic, but problematic in the fact that it's so not problematic, if that makes sense. So like the internet, the download speed and upload speed is fucking mental, and so you actually have to limit the bandwidth or something to have a functional internet when other people are on it. But there's just so much cool shit. And like videos are running super quick. Audio is, I don't know if you can tell by the smoothness of things, but yeah, it's just beautiful. By the way, I actually colored this manually. I had to go through and like change about 30s, I don't know how many, 20, 10 images so that they had this hue and whatever, so filter. Yeah, so just to make it look like that. Anyways, so that's cool. But so yeah, so there's probably going to be more me playing video games and just expressing outwardly. I don't know, there's a lot of things that are so hard to sort of quantify at the moment. And sorry about this, by the way, this is just a dot that I somehow picked, and then like it's just healing over. I apologize. Whatever. So that's probably it for now. If you want to talk to me, like I've got a Discord Discord tag that you can message me on. Let me just get it here. It is how can I show this to you? Holy moly, it's already 46 minutes on this recording. Dude, what the fuzz? I might have to put this in parts. So there's no way I'm going to put those in parts. No fucking way am I doing that shit. So that's my Discord tag here. If you want to contact me on Discord, if you want my email, this is my old email, but I do use it frequently. My new email I only give out to very few people, not necessarily because I want to be private or anything. It's just I just don't want shit tons of emails from pointless stuff that's not even relevant to what so I'm not usually using it for much. It's more like a kind of, it's a novelty email, I guess, kind of thing. So there's my email, that's my thing. If you want to contact me through like my mobile, which is a bit sketchy, I know not everyone wants to do this, but I don't give a shit. So here's my mobile number. It is a United Kingdom number, as far as I'm aware, +44, or area, it's +44. But here is the number. Let me just. I'm definitely going to. You'd think I'd have memorized it by now, but I still haven't. What's this annoying? It's gone off Discord. Interesting. Now I'm going to cut this video up into parts so it's not so suffocating. I'm having difficulties loading this fucking web page. Oh, for God's sake, come on. Oh dear, right, you know what? Phone time. The joys of phone time. I might do a video reply to Gnostic Mind Train actually. Oh man, now Smarty wants to do this. Okay, so this is my mobile phone or WhatsApp number or whatever the fuck. So that's +44 or 44. I'm not sure how it works, but if you need to put that there, you can. I'm going to put 7. Actually, I'm going to leave it like that. You maybe want to put an O in there if you want. It's up to you. Anyway, so that's all my information. If you really want to get in contact with me, whoa. So yeah. Okay, let's move that out the way. Anyways, everyone, I hope that was a good enough update for you, and I'm sorry if it wasn't up to par or if I didn't really talk about much or anything like that. What can I say? It wasn't my ideal way of presenting my videography at the moment, but we have updated. I can't bother. So thank you everybody who's watching my channel and all my fans. I love you all, truly. Like, everyone says this, but like, I genuinely really do. Well, I love everyone regardless of how good or evil they are, personally. I really do. I don't give a shit. Like, I see things very differently to other people. So, and I'm not for retribution or revenge. I don't like any of that, but necessarily, I'm more for prevention and forgiveness. But that's a topic for another video, which I probably will do actually at some point. Anyways, where was I going with this? Thank you everybody who watches my videos, and feel free to like, subscribe if you want. Comment, definitely. But you know, people say that, but are you going to comment though? Because it's like, what's the point, you know? But I don't know. This is, if you